Okay, so the Rockets are in their dumb drop coverage right here. Paul George is going to kick this ball out right here, okay? So if Fred VanVleet wants to take Zubac, I need to communicate this now. So Alperen Sengun knows, like, I'm going to stay with Paul George here. See, there's not any communication. This is a problem with running drop coverage. Is now when the ball gets kicked, you got two people standing in one area. No communication. Paul George open corner three. This is the issue with drop coverage as opposed to switching. Fred VanVleet's now going to try and get over the top of this screen early, so James Harden's just going to refuse it, blow by him the other way, and there it is. Gotta rotate to the ball. Jabari Smith, I'm over here. My feet are set. Dillon Brooks, he's giving Paul George a single. I gotta be here. I gotta rotate to the ball. Where are you? What are you? You're guarding past the three-point line. Gotta be a double team. These strong side ISOs are so easy to double. VanVleet gets over, and then you're just going to, Jalen Green's going to rotate up. You rotate, you rotate. Paul George is going to shoot over Dillon Brooks. If you're Dillon Brooks, you got to get your back to the baseline. I can never guard with my back to the ball. I got to be seeing ball. I got to be seeing man. You're guarding with your back to the baseline here. Stop. So now it's going to be very easy. You're off balance. Now Paul George is about to fly off a down screen, which you need to be able to chase over the top. Instead, you go up the gut and then you gamble. Gotta get up on this switch if you're Jalen Green. Get off the screener right now. You're switching, so Dillon Brooks is underneath. You gotta fly up here on this switch. Stop. I'm up, up, up. What? And if you're Tari Eason, you've got to get here. Left foot parallel to the block, right foot out wide stance. If my feet are set, I'll be able to stunt and recover and get this dribble picked up. You're hugging the three-point line for no reason and you're late. Okay, so the Rockets switch this screen. That's wonderful. So if you're Jeff Green, you're giving Paul George this angle. That makes sense. Jae'Sean Tate is right over here helping you. So I got to get up and force Paul George into this help. My feet are not level to each other. So if Paul George crosses over this way, I'm not going to be able to slide my feet. I'm going to have to twist my whole body around. So get up. Force him into help. Like... is Tari Eason doing? You cannot guard with your back to the ball. Back to the baseline. I'm in help. Look, Norman Powell's coming off this screen right here. Again, I got to get up here defensively. But my back's got to be, I got to have help. I have help here. I got to have help here. You're just hugging the three-point line. Okay, so the Rockets are going to switch this down screen here, then go underneath this handoff with Jalen Green. Okay, stop. So when Jalen Green's going under this handoff, I got to make sure James Harden's coming this way to where all this help is. See, you're letting James Harden go. You're letting James Harden go where you have no help. He's right in the lane. Again, if you're Fred VanVleet, why am I letting James Harden go to where I have no help? Jalen Green's over here. Flip your hips. Force James Harden this way. I can stunt. I can recover. What, you just let him go into open space? What is Fred VanVleet doing? The second half's just starting. Why am I not playing over the top of James Harden? Obviously, when you guard like this, they're just going to throw it over the top. What was expected there? Can't get back to the middle of nowhere in transition. You're Jabari Smith, you're Alperen Sengun. I'm getting back to bodies. Okay, I'm not getting back to the middle of nowhere. Stop. Someone's got to go find James Harden. Like, everyone's just trotting back to no man's land. Fred VanVleet, get your hands off of Kawhi Leonard here. Dillon Brooks is coming over to help you. So show your hands. Slide your feet and make sure Kawhi Leonard has to go towards this help. Look, you're gambling. Show your hands. Kawhi Leonard's got to come this way. But you let him spin off you. Alperen Sengun has got to wait for Jalen Green to come off this handoff, come tight off the handoff so he can get in the lane. You're already handing the ball off. Jalen Green's not coming off the handoff yet. The Rockets are in their stupid drop coverage, but what is Jalen Green doing? Dillon Brooks is in backside help on Ivica Zubac's roll. Why is Jalen Green in the paint here? Zubac's outside the three-point line. So now a skip pass, you're not able to get out. Rip and go, 2. Cannot go under with James Harden. If Jae'Sean Tate wants to get under and get on the other side, you can't make contact with the screener. You got to switch this, okay? Jae'Sean Tate's underneath. I have help right here with Fred VanVleet. If Jae'Sean Tate switches, he'll be in the gaps right here too for James Harden. So I'm good. But you're going under. you're running drop coverage. I cannot stand it. But if you're Jeff Green, again, I'm parallel to the block right here, but my feet are set. I'm in help right here, but I'm not going to be able to get out if I'm moving towards the ball on the pass out. What is Aaron Holiday doing in transition? Half-court matchups do not matter. I just get to the nearest body. So I'm taking Daniel Tice here. Does not matter if I'm guarding him in the half court or not. I got to stay with Daniel Tice. Where are you going? Again, you're Tari Eason. You're in the gaps. Your feet have got to be set. I can get wider here. I can't be moving towards the ball. Look at this. I'm fine right now. Okay, my feet are set. I'm just going to stunt. I'm going to recover. You're moving your feet now for no reason towards the ball. And now you can't get out. Okay, Jabari Smith cannot be leaving his feet on a sideline out of bounds. I got to rotate once this pass gets made. Okay, so Jabari Smith stands. I got to get halfway here, halfway between the ball and the three-point line. And Jalen Green's got to force Norman Powell here. So I can stunt, I can recover. None of these things happen. What was Jabari Smith doing? What is Jalen Green doing? Paul George is wide open. Why is Fred VanVleet giving Kawhi Leonard this angle here? You have help right here. Flip your hips. This is where I want Kawhi Leonard going. There's no place to go. Stunt, recover. You're letting Kawhi Leonard just go to open space. What? Out of box out if you're Sengun. I got to use the lower half of my body to move Zubac out. You're not boxing him out. You're just kind of standing in front of him. It's an easy tap back. Norman Powell 3. Awful. This is just terrible. The Clippers are setting back-to-back ball screens. I have to at least switch the first one. You cannot expect Fred VanVleet to get over multiple ball screens. All right? And I can look at if everybody just switches here, boom, boom, Alperen Sengun has help everywhere. Here and here. So instead, you run this drop coverage, which is a 2-on-1. So okay, you cannot backpedal if you're Jabari Smith in transition here. Now, Fred VanVleet has no one to guard, okay? And Dillon Brooks, he needs to sprint back to the three-point line. It doesn't matter, you're taking Kawhi Leonard. But Jabari Smith needs to flip his hips and get up and force Paul George into help up here. You're backpedaling and not forcing him into any help until he's in the paint. Sprint back to the three-point line. It does not matter you're taking Paul George. I got to get in the gaps. Look at Jalen Green jog and jog. There should be no place for James Harden to go here. But you're out here for absolutely no reason, and now that draws help at the rim and Zubac dunk. How does this keep happening? You're Jabari Smith. This is where we want Kawhi Leonard coming to. Jae'Sean Tate needs to get up the line, but his feet have to be set. Look at Jae'Sean Tate's feet. You're moving towards the ball as this pass is getting kicked out. 3+1.